Hey guys, what is going on? Bel Air here. Back with another video, and today we are going to be on board for 3 games with LJ from Spacestation Gaming, someone who has risen up the ranks of top players in North America for quite a few seasons now, all the way back to his days on Oxygen alongside Toasty and Gimmick. LJ has come a long way to be the top player that he is today, and a lot of the hope and excitement around LJ was crystallized or shown to be worth the wait when we saw him at the World Championship last season, where he ended up, wow, what a save by hockser, leading that World Championship event in rating and quite a few other stats as well, en route to a pretty successful showing by Spacestation Gaming. This season, Space Station have just clinched for making their first LAN of the season. They missed out on the first one, and they were really contending down the stretch there with a couple of teams, one of which was the team that ultimately made Major 1 in Luminosity Gaming. So in today's video, we're going to watch a game from them playing against Luminosity, one against OG Esports, and then one game against G2 to get a little bit of a taste of how SSG and LJ specifically have lined up against their North American, competition that they'll be seeing at the upcoming international event. So, first game here is against Luminosity, who were unable to make the second event. And a big reason why SSG, at least in the public eye, did not make the first major was because every single playoffs from Major 1, they ran into Gen.G, who beat them every single time. And it's pretty hard to score points when you're just losing to Gen.G in playoffs fairly early every time. I think they had 2, maybe 3 outs that were in the quarterfinals, so just not enough to get them over the hump. But my opinion of LJ coming into this event is incredibly gifted mechanically, is able to manipulate his car into situations that make a lot of opportunities that don't seem threatening lead to goals very fast, but sometimes can fall asleep on the defensive end or overextend sometimes. So typically in these videos in the past, I've been kind of doing a shoutcasting, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm very good at. So maybe that's not giving myself enough credit, but it's not where I shine brightest. So maybe it's just going to be in some more casual, watching of the games and talking it through. So, all right, let's take 2 minutes left, 2-minute report. Let's find our pace here and kind of talk through over the course of these games what we like and do not like out of LJ. Getting back on defense. Cuts into the play early there to kind of buy his team some time. Going to take that corner boost. That play really, though, is kind of negated by immediately getting demoed, so you would hope that he would be able to dodge something like that. Tries to go off speed and hit Cheese on the far end, where Cheese assumes that there's so much of the other side of the net open that LJ will try and go there. LJ tries to go for the mind game and get that. Gets the boost steal. This ball pushes over to the corner. See how easy it is to find our old shoutcasting ways? Guys, it's because I'm afraid of silence, Thinking that you're at home just being like, okay, well, if I wanted to just watch Rocket League, I would turn on Bacchus mod. But you know what? Sometimes you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. So let's try and commit to the slower pace, just kind of feeling out what we like about the game. LJ is super out of the play here. Didn't really have any boost, though. Retals goes for the patented Retals bump. LJ knows that hockser has this one, is up, and uses quite a bit of boost to... Wow, that was kind of just good positioning there, and bad positioning by Majicbear to just get dunked super hard on the sidewall. Let's look back at this one. How did this transition kind of come to be? Because Space Station have the lead. They don't really need to force. Chicago completely misses hockser on the misread. Yeah, that's just bad transition defense. A couple big whiffs going the other direction. So what should have been a pretty open and shut case, Space Station allowed a pretty open opportunity. This should be a simple slot for LJ that he sends high. And, you know, that's the kind of stuff that there's certain players that are leading these top teams that you just kind of anticipate you have to hit. And missing that one kind of stinks because now it seems like we're probably going to go overtime. And I believe this is our closeout game. So we're up 2-0. Potential closeout game. So we're up 2-0 here in the series. This is game 3. What are we going to make out of this? And Chicago to hockser. Pretty good attempt. But couldn't put that one away. You know, I was thinking about this. I was watching some games last night. And one of the series that I watched was OG against Luminosity. LJ was trying to go for a cheeky little, you know, tip play there. But I think I actually favor OG to Space Station coming into this land just because, wow, LJ really cannot keep his head on a swivel. Just because I really like what OG look like. Like, I really trust all of their players, and there can be some inconsistency as with every team. But I would take an inconsistent noly over an inconsistent insert other player most days of the week. And I still genuinely think JKnaps is like a lead striker, at least for North America. I think we just immediately assume that because his mechanics aren't going to melt your eyes, or the fact that he's a little bit later into his career, we just assume. But JKnaps still has got it. And I think comm has really come a long way in his mechanics as well. I just don't know if I consider this Space Station team to be the same caliber, especially in the biggest moments, as crazy pinch into the middle there by LJ. It seems as though LJ really likes to stay pretty wide of these plays. Okay, I was about to say that'd be a terrible way to end this game. Comes back down, was sidewall. See how much like space? It seems like Space Station are kind of just like sending one. And hockser, oh my god. hockser and Chicago are really finding each other a lot. And then LJ's kind of like third man coming into close quite a bit, which is surprising. For being the #1 option, he's really not on ball as much as you would assume. Wow, hockser. One more time. This video is not about him, but then we'll hop over to the next game, as this is going to be how Luminosity is closed out. hockser up. Light first touch, and then just the scoop down off the reset. Beautiful placement there. So in this game, LJ ended up with 8 shots. It didn't really feel like it, though, did it? That's a lot. High volume shooter for what didn't really feel like that. So, okay, that game was kind of setting up the pace of this video. Let's get into the next one, where we're going to face off against OG Esports. All right. OG Esports on the other side of the pitch. This is game 2 from the quarterfinals of Open Qualifier 6. So in the first game, OG Esports win 3-1. JKnaps Masterclass. Here is the hopeful response by SSG. Oh my goodness, was that Chicago? Man, this LJ video has a lot of highlights from his teammates. LJ with the fake. What a slot by Chicago right there to put them on the board early. Something I noticed in picking this game was LJ is third place as far as points go on his team in a lot of games in this matchup where you would assume that is not the case. That was less than optimal defense there by LJ, who kind of just let OG Esports do whatever they wanted in that corner. Gonna track this one here. By the way, if we're talking about the fit here, this is kind of the, what is this? This is like the Jordan 1s of car designs, where it's just like, ah, yes, a classic, but nobody's really excited for it. It's like the bread ones. It's like the classic, like, red, black, and whites. It's just like, ah, yes, great, great, classic, but nobody's like, whoa. I guess you are if it's like the original SSG decal, but you get what I'm trying to say. LJ tries to get a boom middle there. He's going to take the 50 as well. Kind of kill the ball. I just don't really feel as though LJ likes to really get up into the mix of things. Like, he's not cutting a lot of stuff out at the midfield unless it's that transition attempt that we saw early. He really likes to stay wide and kind of hook in. He's kind of just, he reminds me a lot of Majicbear in that way, and that is another defensive blunder out of that left defensive corner there for LJ. Not looking too solid defensively so far in this game, but really likes to just kind of take his time, pick his opportunities. He's not really forcing the issue a whole lot. Will always circle wide. Misses defensively there as well, but did cover the scoring angle. Gonna let noly have this. Just let noly kind of do his thing in the corner. Just looking to kind of conserve boost, wait for his opponent to make a move, and likes hockser and Chicago to kind of cut in or take the lead on a lot of stuff. That is not a good double commit there, but it's kind of been a while that they were in their own defensive halves, so start to get a little antsy. Tries to cut in there defensively, can't really do anything. This has not been a super impactful first half of a game for LJ. It's actually been detrimental defensively, and as soon as I say that, answers the bell with a goal line save there. Gonna pop it to himself, no boost, just tries to get this out. Let's see how his pad work is, trying to live off pennies here. Wants the pennies, but also wants to stay in the play primarily. He's gonna let that one bounce, as opposed to trying to clear it out. Tries to get a delayed flick there. Pretty decent job to get out of things in transition. Going off the ceiling, tries to read that back corner, but can't. Still, ball's in a dangerous spot. Loops far out. Wants hockser and Chicago to see if they can work their duo magic. Tries to get a boost steal up pitch. Great back pass there. Keep the defense guessing. And all right, I guess that offensive play there is over. They had sustained pressure for a second. Couldn't really keep it up, ran out of boost, and they bailed. This one's about to die in the corner here. Chicago gets demoed, but Hawk's going to keep it alive, and the bane of LJ's existence, demoed yet again. Definitely not with the same veracity we saw from the Luminosity side, which is kind of to be expected. But LJ really just eats some demos right to the face sometimes. Great speed to beat JKnaps there. Can Chicago do anything with this ball? Keeps it in play. Great speed. It seems like LJ is where he shines defensively. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that was on target. Oh my god. That was crazy. Where he shines defensively is kind of just waiting, not overcommitting, and then is pretty smart about trying to get out in transition. Won't really like overcommit too much. Just dodges another demo there, but is very awkward. See there, fake challenge again. Come back, grab some boost. So deep on this play. Luckily, JKnaps just going to hand him the ball. Then just tries to crank it the other way right back. As these kind of get ping-ponging, you see LJ, wow. Big moment too. We're under 30 seconds. As this ball kind of starts to get going, we see LJ kind of pick up the pace, you know. Now he's right into this. Okay, now he's going to cut and get real close into this play where he's been back previously. And so much power off that front right part of his car. Just slots that right over noly, who doesn't have a chance. What does this look like for noly? This isn't noly. This isn't noly. Here we are. Full boost, flat-footed, not even a chance. Great shot by LJ there. What are we doing on the kickoff? Try and let it go. Just float to the side. We got boost. Everybody get back. Double commit up by SSG. Luckily, LJ is on the back wall. And just going to carry this one out. Really like how he gets them out of defense and just transitions his way out by himself. Wow. Should not have been that close of an opportunity there. Off the ceiling to kill. Really, really nice 30 seconds to close here from LJ. Really tightened up defensively after having a pretty shaky start those couple of whiffs in this corner is killing all of these transition efforts, keeps his boost, and that's how we're going to kill this one. 1 goal, 2 saves, 3 shots. Looking really good for LJ, who we haven't seen record an assist yet, which is interesting. It seems like a lot of their action, and then we'll get into the next game here, but have you guys noticed it seems like a lot of their actions seem to be Chicago and hockser kind of doing a duo thing, seeing what they can create out of it. And then LJ is either cleaning up with really nice placement. We saw a couple nice slots this game. We saw that sidewall double that he attempted to streak into that top right corner that ended up getting saved. But a lot of LJ's opportunities seem to be either solo, making the most out of transition, like just kind of coming out of the scrap that gets created in the chaos, or finishing off what his teammates set up. But we're not really seeing a lot of like, I think I've associated passing plays a lot with SSG, which we haven't really seen that much yet. But let's get into the third game. We're going to watch them against G2 in the finals from Open Qualifier 5, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, I loaded up game 5, but I was like, you know what? We got to go Champions Field. This thing goes 7. This is a grand finals. These are the games that we really want to see how these players are performing, because it's the highest pressure situations, and that's what majors are. They're the highest pressure situations that we have in this esport. So let's see how LJ maintains his gameplay or changes things up in this moment where the lights are brightest here. Low boost, going to try and play this again. Really wise, just getting out in transition there. Doesn't, just turn the ball over to Beastmode, even though the pressure is right there, and then gets that nice bump on Atomic to kind of keep a situation alive, even though nothing came of it. That left corner seems to give LJ quite a bit of issues, although incredibly small sample size, but hey. All right, let's see what the solo effort yields. Nothing. Beastmode shuts that down immediately. I feel like that solo stuff, you kind of got to try it to keep the defense honest, but you're not really anticipating that you're going to be finishing a lot of those against G2. So far, it seems like SSG are keeping a lot higher on their line here, probably because G2 like to kind of just wall up defensively, and that's going to be a crummy way to get the scoring opened. I don't even know how this kind of transpired here. Just a bump to the corner, third man gets demoed, and that's... We were just talking about how, previously they keep that third man, if it's LJ, super deep, and they kind of let the 2 guys ahead cook. I guess they're just kind of like, you know what, it's G2, like we got to send it. If they beat us in transition, they beat us, but we're going to need all guys up to score here. And backside demo ends up biting him in the butt there. Tough spot for LJ, yeah. I don't really know what he could have done differently here. It's not a very good clear, and then it's like, how are you going to get to that? What he did is not the way to get to it. Probably would have liked to see him try and like float out and like make something of it instead of like getting to the ground wave dashing and hoping you're going to get the beat, because that's just not going to happen. But hey, what are you going to do? Should be hockser's ball. LJ's fine to wait. Diving transition, and man, they're just all out of sorts here. hockser's got to do better on that one. Completely jumped there by Daniel. LJ can't get enough out of it. He had a lot of boost. You would have liked to see him probably try and pop that to like the backboard just to at least buy them an extra second instead of just like leaving it floating over your own goal line. Tries to get the bump there on Daniel. Can't get it. You would have liked to see him try and maybe get a bump there on Daniel. Saves this one to keep it out. Yeah, SSG are just, you know, game 7, you're 3 minutes in and you've got scored on this many times. Not what you would like to see. And I don't know about the game plan is not working out so well here so far. Going to the corner. Here's that 2-man game. I'm assuming Chicago's sitting pretty deep, but we'll see here in a second, I guess. Great fakes there. Great opportunity set up by LJ. G2 know that they're desperate. They got to get one on the board, and instead of playing into that and forcing something, nice little first touch. You really would have liked to see him try and get some kind of 50 there on that play. Instead, look, they're immediately put in a tough situation, and I'm pretty sure Atomic just stole that corner boost that LJ left and is going to keep this play alive. So just not really thinking things through all the way here as hockser with another great save. LJ from behind is going to get the little slice pass there. But let's see, 2 minutes left. Like, SSG got to put some offense together here. The defense kind of is what it is. You got to force it. And LJ is switching things up, like the off speed and then trying to go solo and then trying to get some demos, but just nothing's working so far. So 3-goal lead against G2 is pretty big. It's tough to surmount, but got to start whittling away at it 1 goal at a time. And they just cannot get out of their own half here. I don't know if they've had sustained offense at all outside of that first goal that they ended up getting scored on in transition with the backside demo. They really haven't had anything outside of just 1 opportunity goes here. Physical play, gonna get the beat there on the boost in the corner. And then just the demo. They just can't get anything rolling. Save there, saves the boost, turnover. That left corner, man, not kind to LJ in these games we've watched. I don't really know what you do here. They're just getting suffocated by G2. I think if you're LJ, you know, he's certainly supposed to be the most skilled player on the team. I don't know if he's the vocal leader, but gotta try and put something together. There's something, you know, now going upfield, trying to get a beat. Chicago's got to give you more than that. They just turned the ball over. Really would have liked to see some more passing, and I think we're going to end up exiting all 3 of these games we watched without LJ recording a single assist, which is fine, small sample size. But, you know, I really think that they could do with some more passing, not only to show some off speed to the defense, but also just to switch it up and keep everybody involved. But I talked over. Look, another solid transition here from LJ from the defensive end is going to end up yielding a goal in the waning seconds of this game. So this one comes down. LJ's going to take that boost, take his corner for security. Nice little bump to get things going there. Does not bite on the atomic fake. Ends up bumping atomic, killing Beastmode. And that's SSG getting on the board here. 17 seconds left. Probably too late to do anything. But how do they play this kickoff? Great kickoff strat. Come on, LJ. Give us something. Just immediately killed off by Beastmode, who is not going to let that fly at all. So, LJ, you know, I have been impressed in these games that we've watched by some of the... I would say the thing I was most impressed by how easily and commonly he was able to get out in transition. And not really be worried by, you know, teams trying to cut that transition off. It seems like he's very comfortable getting onto the ball and working it down to the other side of the pitch. What I think they could have used some more of from LJ was maybe mixing in more solo plays, I guess, although G2 shut those down so quick. I think overall, the thing I would like to see more is him trying to find his teammates. It seemed like in that last play where they got the goal, them scoring was kind of, it just happened because of his teammate was there, but that necessarily wasn't set up for his teammate. There was that nice little off speed and then the dump to Chicago that wasn't able to be put away like halfway through this game. That was really nice. But overall, I would say that LJ's, the thing that will make him shine brightest at this upcoming event is if he can continue to shoot with the same level of accuracy that we saw in this. Because that one game we saw when they were going against OG, just some crunching shots that were perfectly on target. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this new kind of video iteration of LJ. What do you think of these videos? What do you think of them going into the major? But most importantly, guys, who should we watch next? I want to do a better job of trying to keep you guys in the mix in these. And if you guys have any suggestions on a player I should watch, I don't care about the region so long as it's RLCS. Let's continue to build as broad an understanding as we can from all the players around the regions. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take it easy.